Hola chicos, como siempre bienvenidos. Antes de comenzar, veamos un recordatorio del episodio anterior.
Hi Sarasvati! Do you remember that song?
Which one?
The one about an apartment for rent.
Oh yes, I remember.
I'm interested. Do you have the telephone number?
Maybe I have it somewhere.
Do you remember if that place is an old building?
I don't know.
Are there any big old windows?
That's what the song says.
Are there any red flowers on the balcony?
I think so. Why?
To me, there's something familiar about that place. Are there any elevators in the building?
I don't know. I'm going to look for the telephone number and give it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Today will be an awesome day. Experiences you won't forget. You're here to learn different things, many ways you've never seen. Different style, much more fun. Everybody will have a good time. Knowledge is what you need. If a champ you wanna be, what can be better than this? 'Cause what you need, we gotta hear now. Everybody now sing with me. Take my hand and follow me. 'Cause you are about to see all the things you need to succeed.
Unit 4, Lesson 11. This apartment is nicer. Usarán la forma comparativa para hablar acerca de opciones de viviendas.
Bienvenidos. ¿Sabrían comparar en inglés las características de una casa con otra? ¿O las características de un departamento con las de una casa? En esta ocasión, haremos comparaciones de viviendas porque Jerónimo va a recibir una herencia y no sabe qué comprar con el dinero. ¿Una casa o un departamento? Presta particular atención a las comparaciones cortas que irán apareciendo en la pantalla. ¡Disfruten la lección!
Is there a cheap apartment for rent?
No,
An apartment for rent is cheaper than a house for rent.
that's true. But with your money, you can rent a house.
Are there any houses for rent?
There are some new houses on my block, but they are for sale. Like this blue house.
How many rooms are there in the house?
There are 3 rooms, 2 bedrooms, and 1 garage.
It's a nice house. What about the yellow one?
The yellow house has 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom.
I like the blue house, but the yellow house is cheaper than the blue one.
The blue house is nice, but this house is older than your house.
What about the red house?
The red house is more expensive than the yellow and the blue house.
Are there many rooms in the red house?
There are 4 bedrooms, 2 gardens, and 3 bathrooms, with bathtubs and showers. It's very expensive.
To buy a house is expensive. I prefer to rent a house.
Maybe you can buy an apartment. An apartment is cheaper than a house.
Are there any apartments for rent in the newspaper?
No, there aren't. There is a new apartment for sale.
How much is it?
Too much. The blue house is cheaper than this apartment.
And is this apartment smaller than the house? Hey, there is a beautiful apartment for sale in my building.
Really? Describe it.
The apartment is small and new. This is the telephone number if you want to call. I have to go. See you.
Thank you, Miguel. What do you think, Sarasvati?
I think that you have to decide what you prefer. To live in a house or to live in an apartment.
An apartment is smaller than a house, but it's cheaper.
A house is very big, so it's difficult to clean.
I think that living in a house is nicer than living in an apartment.
I prefer a large apartment on top of a building. Remember when Miguel and I visited a haunted house? That house is for sale now. This is the telephone number. Thank you, Cristal. Now, you have two options, Jerónimo. An apartment for rent or a house for sale.
I will call tomorrow.
2 días después. Jerónimo, tell me what happened with the apartment for rent.
Well... Hello, my name is Jerónimo. I'm here to find out some information about the apartment that you are renting.
Oh, come in, my friend.
This apartment has a lot of light.
Yes, it is. But there are lighter apartments than this one. Come on, exercise with me.
I'm just here to find out some information.
You will see the apartment after exercising. Come on, come on.
Okay. Are there many rooms in the apartment?
No, there aren't. There is only one room, but it's very comfortable and light.
Is there a big kitchen?
There is a beautiful kitchen between those two windows.
Oh, this is a nice apartment.
This apartment is nicer than many houses.
Are there any beds in the house?
There are 2 beds in the bedroom.
Where is the bathroom?
The bedroom is over there, in front of the living room, and next to the bathroom. Take this.
Is there a bathtub in the bathroom?
No, there isn't. But there are 2 bathrooms. There is one over there, behind the door. What do you think about it?
That bathroom is not very big. I prefer bigger bathrooms.
Okay, let's do more exercises. Come on! 1, 2, 3.
The apartment is not very nice. I prefer nicer apartments.
What about the haunted house?
Well...
So, you want to buy the house?
Maybe. How much is the house?
3 million pesos. Please eat. I made dinner for you.
Thanks. 3 million pesos? It's expensive. This house is very old.
This house is older than other houses, but it's a very nice and large house.
Are there many rooms?
Oh, there are 3 rooms in front of the corridor. 1 room under the floor, and another room between the stairs and the office. Please eat.
What is it?
A tarantula soup.
It's delicious. Are there closets in the bedrooms?
There are 3 new closets in the bedrooms. They are nicer than the old ones.
Are there any bookcases?
There are 2 bookcases. The black bookcase is smaller than the brown bookcase, but the black bookcase is dirtier.
What's this?
My specialty, cucaracha cake.
Thanks. Are there any night tables?
There's one night table, but it has spiders. There are nicer night tables than this one.
Is there a stove in the kitchen?
Oh, yes, there is. I always cook there. Please eat. Oh.
The haunted house is not very clean. I prefer cleaner houses.
The apartment is newer than the house.
And the apartment is cleaner than the house. And brighter too. But I prefer to live in a house than live in an apartment.
Why?
A house is bigger than an apartment. You can have bigger parties in a house.
That's true. But an apartment is cheaper than a house.
You can have bigger pets in a house, like dogs.
An apartment is easier to clean because it's smaller than a house. And you can have pets too, like cats and fish.
Maybe you are right. I'm not sure.
So, what will you buy? A house or an apartment?
Nothing.
Why?
Remember my money? My inheritance?
Yes.
It was an error. It was not 5 million pesos, but 500.
Oh, I'm sorry. Espero que la lección de hoy les haya gustado. ¿Les parece si repasamos algunas comparaciones que se usaron durante la lección? Los comparativos que aparecieron en la lección son los siguientes. Small, smaller, más pequeño. Cheap, cheaper, más barato. Old, older, más viejo. Large, larger, más grande. Short, shorter, más corto. Light, lighter, más luminoso. Nice, nicer, más agradable. Clean, cleaner, más limpio. Probemos con el siguiente ejercicio. ¿Cuál de estos 2 departamentos está más limpio? La respuesta es: The blue apartment is cleaner than the pink one. ¿Cuál de estas 2 opciones es más barata? La respuesta es: The apartment is cheaper than the house. ¿Cuál de estas 2 opciones es más grande que la otra? La respuesta es: The house is larger than the apartment. Eso es todo por hoy, amigos. Espero que se la hayan pasado bien. ¡Hasta la próxima!